What's up, everybody? It's Monday morning. You know what that means. It's time for Iron Minds as iron sharpens iron. So one person sharpens another. Although, where's the other person today? Where's my boy Hayden? Who knows? We'll find out. Let's go.
Hey.
Dude, I love that intro. That's some tight music right there. You saw Proverbs 27:17 as iron sharpens iron. So one person sharpens another. Although, again, like I said, today, my boy Hayden, I don't know where he's at. He's not today, but we're just going to fly solo today and have a good time today. You can see I got the tank top on, and you know what that means. That means that it is an arms day today. I got to show off the guns. They're not really coming like water guns, but we're going to work on them today. We're going to get them out there. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Last week, we talked about being accountable, all right? Being accountable. The one thing that I promised to do was to be accountable when it comes to my weight. I've gained a little extra weight this summer, had a little bit of fun, ate way too much food, had a good time. My vacations were good. And so I got to run over to the scale cam real quick. Let's go see what we got here. So let's go to the scale cam. Let's see what we got going on here today. Get this baby cranked up. Here we go. All right, so that's what it was last week, 189. And here we go. Coming up here we go. All right. Oh, I'm nervous. Let's see where we're at here today. Oh my gosh, I didn't lose any weight. Oh my gosh, that's embarrassing. You know, I actually tried to eat really well this week. And so, well, we'll just have to work harder. All right. So still 189. That's the way it goes. I'm put my shoes and socks on, and then we'll work on eating better this week. I was really pumped. I thought I was going to be a little bit lower today, but I'm not. So that's just the way it goes. All right. So today, I'm going to work on the arms. Get a little lifting when it comes to that. Really important when you go to the gym that you have a plan, that you've got some sort of plan of what you're going to do. Don't just wing it. Make sure that you got a plan when you go in there to do that. Today I'm going to work on my biceps, my triceps, my shoulders. Biceps, triceps, and shoulders. Also, if you're out there, make sure you think about picking up some swag. We got some new swag coming out soon. Real quick, got the new tank top, got the hat today in case you didn't see it. Beautiful Iron Minds hat. A lot of good stuff going on in that regard. All right. Let me get my weights here. Already did some stretching this morning with my arms, so I'm ready to go. So that's all good. And today we're going to talk about, we'll put these down here. Today we're going to be talking about supplements. Are they good for you? Do you need to have them? Do you need to take them? You know, what's kind of the plan? What's interesting about this is that the food that we have today, the food that our food industry has created, oftentimes does not have a lot of the nutrients that our body needs, especially if you're eating processed food. It's just not in there. But even some of the good foods that you have, like maybe some salad, lettuce, things like that, some of that even doesn't have everything that we need because of the way that it's grown. And so supplements are something that are interesting in regards to that. All right, I'm gonna use 25 pounds for my curls today. I might go up to 30 if I'm feeling good. I'm also gonna get some weights in a minute for triceps here just a little bit. So we will go ahead and get started. Wherever you are today, if you're watching, let us know where you're coming from. Throw it in the comments. That would be good. All right, here we go. I got a little soreness in my elbow, kind of a tennis elbow situation going on. I got to be careful about. So I probably won't go up to the 30 because the 25 is, I'm feeling it just a little bit with that. That's all right. Oh. I'll tell you where I think Hayden is. Here's what happened. So Saturday night, there was a UFC fight. And there was a major upset. He sent me some text messages. He said he was blown away. He said he couldn't believe that he was a part of it, which sounded weird because he wasn't fighting anything. He was just watching it on his couch. But he said he couldn't believe he was a part of it. Maybe he just meant watching it, historically. And maybe he just had a tough weekend as a result of it. I don't know. Maybe that's where he's at. Natalia, what do you think? That could be it.
A good point.
That might be it. That might be it. That may be where he is. In case everybody's wondering, this is Natalia now. She's our podcast director. She's going to join me today and
Hello.
chat a little bit. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Welcome to the
I I have seen a UFC fight one or two times. They do go on pretty late, and I have been a victim of the late hours. So
Yep.
I think that's a good guess.
But it was Saturday night, so he had a whole day to recover, but you just never know.
You never know. Sometimes it just takes a long time to recover.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, so you got some information about supplements. Let's talk about that a little bit for the people. Supplements are almost a requirement nowadays. But what do you think? Talk about that.
Almost a requirement. I feel like with a lot of different health trends, like especially with supplements. I mean, I have family members, they take supplements like crazy, but if you're not taking them with food, that's like one of the more important, it stimulates the digestive tract, really gets all your body ready to digest those supplements. So food is so important, especially if you want to reap like the benefits and just kind of having them activate and be a little bit more beneficial to you earlier on, or else it just takes your body so much longer to digest them. But then
Yeah, yeah.
also, you don't know if you're just taking supplements just to take them. You could cause some imbalances, which I mean, I don't know from a male perspective, but from a female perspective, that is so important just with hormonal balances. It can affect the body so much. So definitely important to do your research on what you're taking and why you're taking it.
Yeah. And they need to be natural supplements as much as possible.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
basically to give your body what it naturally needs.
that's a big thing too with so many supplements that you find. A lot of them they're not entirely what you think they are. Um, One thing I was kind of reading on too, just kind of looking at different recalls for dietary supplements. There's drugs that aren't claimed and then they end up getting recalled, or sometimes like even here we have there's like a Euromedica or Terry Naturally vitamin B complex dietary supplements, undeclared milk. So um, ended up getting recalled. So
Mm.
that's just like interesting to see. And just like you were saying, how a lot of the food that we buy in our supermarkets today, like they don't have the same nutritional value at times. So
Yeah.
it's just like scary because you try to have such a great diet, you try to take care of yourself, and you still don't really know what you're getting.
Yeah. I think it happens a lot. And food has become a for-profit industry, of course, in the last 40 years.
Yep.
And so, the food manufacturers, their entire goal is to make profit, which means how can they spend the least and make the most?
Yep.
And that usually means that they're putting some sort of artificial thing like high fructose corn syrup or some sort of sweetener or
Yep.
whatever they can just kind of get away from it. And so a lot of the stuff that you eat, especially processed, has very little nutritional value whatsoever, you know?
Yeah.
And it's also designed to make you want more of it, like to be addicted to it and want more of it. And so it's so important that you think about what you're eating and then supplement what your body needs outside of that, whether it be extra protein or fiber or whatever it is. Turmeric is really good. A lot of natural things that are really, 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 really good for you.
Yeah, one thing that really just I used to not think much about it. I don't have many food allergies, kind of just always been a person that eats, what I think is healthy, and then I'll just kind of go for it. But when I had family members come into my life, my stepmom is a health coach, certified health coach, and then they both, my sister and my stepmom, have dietary restrictions. A lot of them. My sister just recently found out she's got endometriosis, so she basically has to go vegan or else it affects her whole entire system. So when she doesn't know what she's getting in her food, or when she thinks that she's eating something that's safe for her and it's not going to be a trigger, it sucks when you find out a little
Yeah.
bit later on, like a month later, you just kind of see that companies also switch up the ingredients too.
Mm.
So we're constantly having to read the ingredients on the back of dairy-free, gluten-free, grain-free things. Um, and it's really, I feel for them because it's a constant battle where they're trying to make these healthy decisions, healthy choices, and you just can't like trust things as
No.
easily.
Yep. So true. Let me finish this set here. Something really important when you are lifting weights is to keep your form. You start losing your form, stop the exercise.
I've heard of that.
Yeah. Yep. Because the form's not good. A lot of times your arms or whatever, your body starts to compensate
Mm.
in ways that are not necessarily healthy, which is good. Not good for you. So good to keep the good form. As soon as you start losing the form, even if you're not at your number, you should stop. And that means that your weight's too heavy, or it means that you need to do less reps. One of the two. All right, that's the compromise you have to make on that. So really, really important. All right. Something else we're going to talk about today. So this goes along with the supplements and kind of the natural part of health, and that is to think about like natural medicine. And
Yep.
I went to the chiropractor for the first time in my life on Wednesday and had my neck cracked. First time I've ever experienced that. That was kind of weird, but I just relaxed as much as I could because I just thought, I know people go to chiropractors all the time. I read about the benefits of chiropractic care and things like that. So I went, and what's amazing is I now have full range of motion
Yep.
with my neck, which I've not had in a while. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and this side of my shoulders hurt, and I can't turn my neck. I can only go like this far, and it really, really hurts. It's very rare, but it happens. And I told the chiropractor that, and he said, "Well, let's check you out." And he was able to assess a few things, cracked my neck, a few spots in my back, and as a result of that, like I feel much looser and much, I don't know, feel so much better. And so
Yeah.
there's also something to be said about stretching, about chiropractic care, and about some of the natural things that really help the body
Yes.
out.
Yeah, absolutely. I've heard of that. I went to the chiropractor for a while, recently actually. I also like I'm not one of those people that really go very often, but I recently had the opportunity to just kind of go for about a month or two,
Yeah,
and they readjusted my neck and my back, and that's a lot of the information that they would tell you, like if your body is not at its full range of motion, or sometimes certain postures are off, it could affect your health. It could affect your gut health. It can affect your mental
yeah,
health. And I thought that
yeah,
was really interesting. So, definitely a really cool thing to learn about on how just simple stretches and keeping your body flexible, making sure you got posture, that your alignments are all
yeah,
adjusted. So,
yeah.
it's really interesting to learn about that.
Yep, and that's something too. And I thought about that is as I was reading about chiropractic care, I learned about how many benefits there are for babies. So when babies come out of
Yes.
the womb, they get stretched and things get
Yes.
repositioned in bad ways. And they were talking about how colic and some of these other things that kids suffer from are often the process of needing an adjustment. And so babies actually get chiropractic. Just I had no idea. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I thought that
That
was
is
pretty fascinating. So
Yeah, I recently learned about that too. I see all these adjustments on social media of babies, and
yeah, yeah.
it's scary to watch them, but you get to
But
see.
yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Okay, all right. So it's time for the stretch cam. All right, so I'll get to a little stretch. I'm gonna put up just a hair, just because. There we go. Let's see if that's good there. Okay, so stretching is really important as well. We talked about that. We're gonna check my range of motion because it was a little suspect last week. Couldn't get down to the floor. So let's see where we're at today. All right, here we go. Oh, a little further to start today. Okay. Oh man, one of the goals is to be able to touch my toes, and I really like to touch the floor. That's the place I got to go. Oh, getting closer, getting closer. This is another really important thing, especially as you get older. I'm 45 now, and I'm at that place where if I don't do this, then in the next 5 to 10 years, I probably will lose a lot of range of motion being older. So,
Mhm.
gotta do this. Gotta stretch. Okay, I just touched the toes, but it was kind of forced. We're getting closer. Oh, old man stretch cam. All right, there we go. So I got some work to do when it comes to the stretch cam. We'll get that better as we go along. So that's for sure. All right, back to the sets. Another thing too is it's interesting when you think about we're talking about natural medicine, natural things, but I also have been reading about the benefits of being out in nature and specifically with your shoes off. Now, Natalia, you're a Florida girl. You're on the coast. And you go to the beach, you take your shoes off. You spend a lot of time with your shoes off.
I do not. You said that, and I just made the cringiest face ever.
All right.
Not kidding. No, I'm very much, I guess, a texture person, so I don't. I'm already just imagining shoes off in the grass. It does not appeal to me.
Yeah, I don't take my shoes off that much. I don't like walking on especially hard surfaces with my shoes off. My feet are just very sensitive. So like I can't walk on rocks. Those people walk on rocks. What is their problem? I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Can't do that. But I do like to be in the grass with my shoes off. I actually do like that feeling. And unless it's hard grass, like sometimes grass dries and gets really crusty. That's not comfortable at all. It's kind of like the rock situation. So I'm not a big fan of that. But I've been reading about the benefits of this because there is a principle of grounding and the electricity from the earth coming into your body through your feet, and that was a natural part of health is to do that. And so I've been trying to get outside at least once a day with my shoes off in the grass, just to see. I don't, it's like it's hard to measure some of those things, but I've been reading about that. But that's also part of nature. So I know it's cringeworthy for you. You might not want to do it, but it might be worth every once in a while just going out for a little bit and then coming back in. See
Maybe.
how that is.
So more reasons to go to the beach. Although the beach, living in Florida and so close to the coast, I actually don't go to the beach that often. And then the one time I was like, you know what, I'm going to try making more of an effort, go to the beach. There's tons of news outlets just kind of reporting on flesh-eating viruses now. So in the ocean, I don't know if it really has a death toll yet, but yeah. So the beach.
So maybe not.
Not the greatest option.
Might not be doing that.
Probably won't be doing that, but that's really interesting. I gotta look up I want to see if there's any studies on that or anything with results. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I should probably check that out myself. But I heard that whenever I was doing that. You know something really interesting about my gym setup here is I have dumbbells up to 35, which is not bad. I'd love to get maybe up to 40 next year. Every Christmas, I think I get good dumbbells for my family. Just the next one up. But what's funny is they never buy the same dumbbell. So like my 25s look different. Look at this. They're different. 25s, you kind of see the writing. They're different. The 35s are different. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I can't get the same dumbbells, but not that it matters. Hey, how about some new music? I'm down for some new music.
Yeah.
Oh, music's important when you work out too. There's something about music, something about when you're working out without music that's just not too exciting, not as much fun. So,
everyone has their different tastes in what pumps them up during their workout. Some like screamo, other people it's more the calm route. I think you might be clinically insane if it's jazz, like soft jazz.
like jazz flute. You listen to jazz flute when you work out.
And they're just like lifting heavy weights, grunting hard.
What's your go-to? What do you got?
Honestly, I would say probably Spanish music, reggaeton.
Reggaeton is so good.
Yeah, really good.
We need to get some reggaeton in our playlist. Everybody, we got a Spotify playlist called Iron Minds. We're gonna add some tunes to it. We need to get some reggaeton on there. That would be good.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I'll definitely have to put that out there.
Although if we play reggaeton during Iron Minds, I may start dancing. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
That's the problem. That's the big problem.
That's part of the problem. That's right. All right. That's 3 sets done. I think I can do 2 more in the time that we have left here. And unfortunately today I don't get to do much of a post-workout stretch or unwind because I got to take the in-laws to the airport today. They're heading to Baltimore to go watch the Cardinals play at Camden Yards. So
nice.
Got to go do that. All right, let's get this next one done. Something else that we're talking about today is inspirational quotes. There's something about music that's inspiring and motivating. There's something about quotes that we love. Inspirational quotes seem to be really, really important. Do you have a favorite quote? to get you going?
I don't have a favorite quote. Gosh, I really don't have a favorite quote. I do have a few of the research that we did here. I would say my favorite one of the ones that are picked out here, I would say it does not matter how slowly you go so long as you do not stop, by Confucius. And I feel like that's definitely a motto that I go by so much, just with having so many inspirational background stories to my family of how they got there today, my sister working hard, me working hard through school. Just there's so many success stories where you could see where that quote just truly applies, where it
Yeah.
doesn't matter if you just kind of keep committed, and that goes within working out, within career goals, within life goals. If you stay committed and just really focus on what's important, focus on what's valuable to you, I think that's so important. And just trying not to look too much on the outside of what other people are doing and how exactly they're doing it. I think there's a benefit to learning from other people's experiences, but to always keep in mind, your experience is not going to be the exact same. And you kind of have to find your happiness in that.
It's interesting. You mentioned the quote, it doesn't matter how fast you go as long as you don't stop. That was our motto in high school cross country. We weren't great. We were okay. We weren't great. But I remember our coach has said, as long as you commit to never stopping, you'll be okay. Like, just commit that even if you're going super slow up a hill or something, you're still going to run. You're just not going to stop. And when you get that mindset, it definitely changes kind of how it works out. That's for sure. Oh. All right. So one of my favorite quotes is, wherever your feet are, be there. I love that quote because so often our minds go other places. We're not focused on where we are.
Yeah.
I love that one.
I like that a lot. Man. Just kind of living in the present.
Yeah, I'm starting to lose my form here. Oh yeah, that was the bad one. Okay. When the form gets bad, stop and come back. Stop and come back. Oh. What's your favorite quote out there? If you're watching this, throw in a comment. Let us know what your favorite quote is out there. Some good inspirational quotes that are in there. But just, something about it just helps put your mind in the right mindset. And that's what this show is all about, is like getting our minds right, getting our bodies right, to have a great week, especially if you're in sales, but it doesn't matter. You can be in anything. It's about getting the focus right, getting in a good place where you can be productive and focused. And it just feels better when you're in that place. You just, at the end of the day, you feel better, more productive. People can count on you. All those things are all good things. Speaking of this week, Natalia, we've got some good shows this week in the Beta Podcast Network. We got a lot of really good things coming up. We've got standing out this week. We've got Russ Pruse and Steven Spires. That's Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. Central. On Wednesday, we have The Edge, which is only once a month. So I'm excited about this. The Edge is it's all about showcasing the latest in logistics technology. We've got Eric Rodriguez of Vendor Flow on, talking about driver communications. That's going to be a great show. And then we have our Word on the Street on Friday, which is always so much fun. Kelly Kellums, good morning. How are you, Kelly? Hope you're doing great. Great to see you. All right. So, yeah, a lot of good shows coming up. Oh, I'm excited about that. Always good to talk to good people, hear what's going on out there.
They're great shows. Sure. Everyone of the guests that I've seen so far, they're such great guests. They always have so much insight and so much knowledge to share. And I love the fact that they're willing to share it too. So
yeah, well, their knowledge, their experience, their stories. I really believe that the stories that we have in life are really meant to be shared. They're for other people, but not just for us. And so when someone can share their experience, how they got where they are, or what challenges they experienced along the way, or whatever it might be, that just helps everybody. So I love that. I really love doing that.
One of my favorite things to do when meeting new people is just kind of trying to figure out that story, because it just goes back to saying how everyone's story is so different. And you have all these people on the show, they're successful, they're leaders, they have all this knowledge, but maybe some of the stories line up a little bit similarly, but they're so unique to each person. So I love learning about their stories and just kind of how they got to where they are today. And it's just kind of crazy because to their perspective, it's just, it's something maybe that they wanted their whole life to be able to say that they got to that point. But then it's just like an average day to a person too. It's just their life now. So I always find that an interesting perspective to look at.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Losing my form there on these. Oh, again, remember, if you lose your form, either take your time to get it right or move on. It's not worth it. You don't want to hurt anything, do anything wrong. That is for sure. Yeah, these stories this week are going to be great. And then, of course, we hit the road. It's trade show season coming up. And so next week, we'll be coming to you from Phoenix. Natalia, guess what time I got to get up in Phoenix to do the show?
4 a.m.
Well, I got to get up at 3:45, 3:30, something like that. So it's going to be early, but that's okay because I'll still be on, St. Louis time. So not a problem. But we'll be in Phoenix next week. The following week, we'll be in Vegas for Trimble's Insights. And we got a lot coming up, that's for sure. Okay, last set. Here we go. Get some good ones there. Good form. Isn't it amazing? At the end of the last set, I could barely do one of these. Again, when you have bad form, just stop and come back. Because usually your form gets better when you come back. Oh, that's the last one there. Okay. Oh, yeah, the form is not good. Yeah, Kelly. Gunnar Miller comeback interview. We definitely need to get him on the show. In fact, I talked to him on Friday, and I mentioned the same thing when we get him back on the show. So we will definitely do that. We'll get him on here. We'll get him on Word on the Streets. All those good things, that's for sure. That's right. And Natalia, can't go without saying, we got some great swag items for the folks out there. The new Iron Minds water bottle, the tank top, the hat. It's all coming your way, folks. We're gonna have a launch here soon with the new gear, the new swag. Love for you guys to be a part of the community here at Iron Minds, where we're getting our minds right, getting our bodies right. Let's see if it looks any different here after workout. Okay, not bad. The shadows are helping out a little bit. It's kind of how that goes. Lots of good stuff. But most important thing, get your mind right, get your body right, and get your crew, get your tribe, get your people that will keep you accountable, that will push you forward, that will help support your dreams and what you're trying to accomplish and get you where you need to go. As we say, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. This is Iron Minds. We're going to go ahead and sign off for the day. I got to go take the in-laws to the airport. Good to see everybody. And Talia, always good to see you. And everybody out there, don't forget, iron sharpens iron. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out.